Today guys on Beer Geek Nation, the pumpkin beers continue, and another one from Southern Tier Brewing this year. This is their Warlock, coming in at 8.6% alcohol by volume. It's an Imperial Stout brewed with pumpkin puree and those classic pumpkin pie spices. Now I'm sure you guys know that Southern Tier, they are the ones that brew Pumking, one of my favorite pumpkin beers. I previously reviewed that one a couple weeks ago. They call this the counterpoint to Pumking. You know, it's the big Imperial Stout version of Pumking. Some people speculate that this is a blend of one of their other Imperial Stouts with Pumking, but who actually knows? They didn't produce as much of this as they did of Pumking, at least as far as I could tell. This was actually really hard to get, whereas I still see Pumking everywhere. So looking forward to this one. I love Pumking, been dying to try this one, so let me get into a glass, let you guys know it smells, tastes, and give you the final verdict on the Southern Tier Warlock. All right guys, the aroma on the Warlock. Oh wow, yeah, it smells exactly like Pumking. Big graham cracker crust, pumpkin pie spice, a creamy sweetness. You do get a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of coffee from that stout characteristic. Lots of roasted barley coming off this one. Yeah, but just really nice smelling stuff. All right guys, so the taste on the Warlock. Cheers. Oh wow, yeah, you know, at first taste, right at the front of the tongue, I would be really hard pressed to say this wasn't actually Southern Tier Pumking. Immediately hit with that graham cracker crust, pumpkin pie spices that you're so familiar with from Southern Tier's Pumking. Middle of the mouth though, this thing starts to take on a life of its own. Lots of roasted barley, and what's cool is it's actually kind of accentuating some of that graham cracker, making it even more kind of a graham cracker flavor. Lots of pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, nutmeg coming through, blending with a chocolate, a kind of a velvety coffee type of flavor. Nice kind of subtle sweetness, not overly sweet at all, almost like a vanilla sweetness. Fairly sweet aftertaste. In the aftertaste, I'm getting more of that graham cracker crust, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of an espresso bitterness, definitely more pumpkin pie spices. Yeah, I would say it's definitely, you know, a blend of Pumking and a really great Imperial Stout. Some of the flavors in the Stout are maybe getting a little bit lost with the spices, but I think overall it really works. All right, guys, the final verdict on the Southern Tier Pumking, 8.6% available now. Guys, gonna give this one an A-. I guess the ultimate question is, you know, if you like Pumking, are you gonna like this one? I think overwhelmingly the answer is yes. This has a lot of Pumking in it, the spicing, the graham cracker. It's very reminiscent of Pumking. But adding that stout characteristic does kind of change it enough to make it its own beer. You know, it doesn't get hidden in the shade of Pumking. That chocolate, the roasted barley really helps to kind of accentuate some of the spices, the graham cracker, and it really just helps it pop. It does add another element to the beer where it's not just, you know, spices, liquid pumpkin pie like Pumking can tend to be. This is a really cool take on the style, and I definitely hope they brew it again. So getting an A- from me, and remember folks, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.